Hello, my name's Rampant and welcome back to No Man's Sky. And today I actually finally got around to it and I finally moved No Man's Sky to the M.2 drive. I tested a little bit for like 10 minutes. It seems to be running a lot smoother, but don't take my word for it. For all I know, 5 minutes from now the game could start crashing. So I've been here for almost an hour. Hunting for the ship. The problem that I have with it, it's a really cool looking ship. That's the second A class I've seen, by the way. But there is only one variant of it. Well, there's many variants, but the one variant that I do want is kind of rare. There's a single one of them, while there's like 5 of this one and 5 of this one. So the probability of it landing is very slim, and even when it does land, I've only seen a single A class from it, and it's landed like 4 or 5 times in an hour, and it's been mostly B classes. So all in all, I actually haven't found an S class at all. I've been looking at all the ships actually. I haven't found an S class ship yet. I guess I'm a little bit unlucky. There's many variants with the fuselage, but not that specific one. That specific ship is just not here. So today what we're going to do is we still need to search for distress signals. Now I did look up information regarding the planetary charts from people who have actually done a lot of research into them. And it turns out it's not as random as I thought it was. First I assumed, I know I didn't voice any of these concerns, but first I assumed that it depended on where you were, what your location was, and that's what the chart actually gave you. For example, when you were, I actually thought that when you were in space, it was more likely to give you a depot or a manufacturing facility. While you were on the ground, it was more likely to give you a distress call or a crashed freighter. And on the station, it was just total random. Yes. But that is, oh, did one of those land? Yeah, it did. Oh, no, it's not the same. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's land. I want to check it out. It might be an S-Class one. But it turns out it's not. Okay, so apparently every system has... What is it? Oh, that's the first C-Class I've seen. That is not fair. That is not fair at all. Oh, there's one more. That's not one more. Okay. B, C, B. Yeah, again, I haven't really seen an S-Class yet. Maybe they're rare in Permadeath. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. So apparently every station has like their designation. So for example, this station is going to give you only, that's not a station, or wherever the station is, because with the new HUD, I actually kind of find it really hard to find the stations when I'm in space. Even though they should be really easy to find, there it is. The old compass up top in the center was actually a lot better, a lot more recognizable. Right, so apparently every planet has its own... I'm just gonna go here, yeah. Every planet has its own charts. So for example, this planet just gonna sell manufacturing charts, manufacturing facility, operations center, and supply depots. The next, for example, space station is gonna sell me something like distress signal, but you never know what you get. So it always says planetary charts apparently, but they're all different. Uninhabited? Outpost of some kind. So instead of hopping around from system to system, hoping that target outside of local system, okay, hoping that I will get, the chart for distress signals eventually, I'm just gonna go to one of these systems where they are uninhabited, where the distress signals are kind of the only thing you can find, and we're gonna just take out Wilson. Actually, this is the first time we're going to be taking out Wilson. And Wilson's going to find us some distress signals. And hopefully... okay, so the frame rate still does go down, but it's almost unnoticeable. Or at least I didn't notice it. Hopefully it's not in the recording side as well. I was not looking there. But yeah, I did notice an improvement. I mean, the game loads a little bit faster. That's about it. A lot faster. Okay. But that's understandable. Yeah, I just moved it from the slow hard drive to the very, very fast. M.2. Okay, where's my... Oh, there's Wilson. Say hello to Wilson. You haven't seen him in the series yet. Yeah, since Beyond came out, you haven't seen him. So let's locate a nearby structure. The only thing that Wilson can locate is a distress signal because there are only distress signals on these planets. So he's either going to locate something or nothing at all. There it is. And we're going to go there. And we're hoping for a red orb because we are going to be changing the galaxy. But yeah, I haven't really given up on that ship. It's just that it's going to take me a very long time. And honestly, I got bored. Waiting for so long, just looking. I mean, yeah, true. I listen to music. You know, I do my own things. You know, sometimes I'm like on the phone or whatever. You know, but still, you know, it gets boring after a while. Like I'm actually an hour behind at this point. I was supposed to be recording something else because the missus actually went out with the baby. So I have like an hour and a half from now free. You know, without any interruptions. So. It's easier for me to record at this time. But, I mean, that's because I'm currently without a job. For now. Next week, though, I should be back on track with something to work properly. Maybe I can stay without a job for a couple of more weeks. It should be fun, but... I'm just waiting on a couple of calls. I'm hoping that I get a better position instead of having to go to... Okay, this one's gonna have a red orb, isn't it? No, it doesn't. We're still gonna land and read it, but I really wanted it to have a red orb. Alright. Let's try speaking. The vessel resembles the first ship I ever flew. Oh, there's like no vessel here, so the first ship I ever flew was nothing. The one from which I awakened, it seems to have belonged to a fellow traveler. The ship's log reveals that they never made it to the stars. Their vessel was caught in an electrical storm shortly after awakening. They spent their whole life trying to fix it, but were too afraid to take off. They died alone within the vessel. I find the scattered remnants of their supplies. I'm going to access databases because I care more about the information than the lore than actual the money because I have enough money. I access the ship systems, extracting... I'm going to read that after. Words. Hopefully, at the very least, you got to read it. At the very least, you can pause and go back. Oh, why did I do that? I don't need the navigation data. Did I take Wilson? I mean, even if I forgot Wilson at this point, Wilson, you're useless now. Well, mostly useless. I really shouldn't call you useless, but nothing has been found. Okay, so we're gonna encounter this problem where there's only where we can only detect a single distress signal now on a planet per planet. Okay, so we're gonna have to go to the next world. It doesn't really matter what world it is. We're just gonna have to go to all of them and go to a single distress signal and hope that we actually find what we're looking for. So that could take a while. But yeah, anyway, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on No Man's Sky, but I quit my job. I already explained that I was quitting my job and for what reasons I was quitting my job. But I already said that I found a different place to work as well. That was a privately owned postal service. It's something similar to DHL, but not DHL. And I was supposed to work as a driver. Now the problem is, because I didn't know these guys, I didn't know the company, I assumed that it would be something, similar to DHL, where you would have, trackers and everything, but it turns out no, they are relying solely on knowledge of absolutely every single corner of the town and the nearby vicinity, which is actually, I'm not a taxi driver. I do not know every street's name. And I would be lying if I said I did. And there's other things like their organization was really lacking. Like I was supposed to... Seriously, is this thing not do... Wilson, do your job, please. Like, for example, Wilson, do your... Okay, whatever, next planet. For example, I was supposed to only drive. Drive and deliver the parcels and just leave. No. Not the case, no. You actually apparently have to get your parcels as well ready, and there's like a whole other ton of stuff that I needed to do, and it didn't work for the standard like 8-ish hours. Oh no, 10. Break time? If you have time, you're on a break. If you don't, good luck. You know, you're on the road after you leave, so nobody cares. As long as you get the job done. But the only way to get the job done, of course, from what I noticed, is if you take the shortest break possible. Yeah. So, after 2 days of... I wasn't really doing anything. I was mostly driving. So, technically, I don't care. I didn't do any heavy lifting at all, so... I just didn't care. So, after 2 days, I was like, this is not for me. It just doesn't... Well, finally, Olsen decided to scan. It's just because it wasn't... I mean, maybe if it was like, you know, at a slightly bigger company, which I probably should have gone to. I did now, but they're, you know, awaiting... I'm now awaiting a response, basically, so... That's gonna take a while. They normally take a while to get back to you. Even if it's with a no, we don't need you. They still take a while to come back to you. But yeah. The problem is there's a lot of job opportunities, just not the ones I'm looking for. Just because I've already specialized in a, you know, certain field, which is driving. Planetary interference, are we that close? Yeah, we are. I should have actually pulse jumped a little bit further away. But yeah, that's about it. You know, they're just nothing. So I just told him that that's not for me. I'm not gonna come at all tomorrow. He was like, but why? You did good. And I was like, yeah, but it's not for me. You know, I know what job is and what job isn't for me. It just didn't feel right. I mean, there was no heavy lifting. Honestly, there was no. You were just mostly dribbling the smallest of parcels available. But yeah, it just wasn't. And that was the main concern. I just didn't feel right. Okay, let's see. I don't see it. Thank you. Okay, now I see it. I don't think I noticed a red orb. No red orb. We're gonna still have to continue looking. Okay, let's see. The ship up here. Oh, I actually thought that the game lagged there. It did lag there. Oh, weird. A ship appears. The ship appears disabled. Crashed, but the logs reveal I am not alone here. The traveler sits on the floor of the vessel, appearing to glitch in and out of existence with each passing moment. They are bleeding, unable to speak. Scan the anomaly. I scan the anomaly. My exosuit begins to spit out error messages, warning me to stop what I am doing. The traveler cries out as I approach, attempting to alert me to some nameless threat. I find something, an object caught between worlds. I pull at it, and you seriously need to stop pulling at random things. One of these days, it's gonna be a grenade. Yeah, let's try a second scan. You never know. We might actually have 2 distress signals on this world. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more than one, just... I don't know, the game bugs out and doesn't detect the second one. Like, I've had a chain of like 6 or 7 on a single one of these distress worlds. Uninhabited worlds, I should say, not distress worlds. Okay, let's go to a different system. Uninhabited, of course, again. So that would be... Not conflict. We're looking for left. That'll be white. Okay, this one has a lot of worlds, so let's go there. If we are gonna, at the very least, find only a single distress signal per world, we might as well go to the place where it has a lot of planets, right? We're not really gonna find any ships here. No, I don't really care about the ships. I mean, if we do find one, that's cool and all, but... I'd rather find the red orb and just leave the system in general. Like, the galaxy, sorry, not the system. I'm gonna get these things, you know, not confused. I don't get them confused. I know what a galaxy is, I know what a star system is, and I know you shouldn't call a star system a solar system, but I'm still gonna call it because I'm just used to calling it that way. Like, I know the differences. I'm just ignorant. Anyway, no, wait a minute. If I know the differences, I can't be ignorant, right? Why am I scanning the planet? I don't need to scan the planet. Just go down. It doesn't matter what type of planet it is. We need to go to every single one. I gotta see them all. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's copperite or whatever. Copper. Whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Copyright does not exist anymore in this game, so I need to keep that in mind. It's gold. Okay. I probably left Wilson somewhere by now. No, I didn't. Okay. Still with us. Our faithful partner. Okay, that did initiate the sweep. So we'll find something. Most of the time. I shouldn't really be so confident in what I say because it's entirely possible that it just finds nothing. It'd be kind of funny if it actually found a manufacturing facility down here. I hear weird noises. How far away is that? 6 hours. I'd say far away. Okay, let's go. I should have probably jumped a little bit further away. Actually, I think that's far enough. Yeah, that's more than far enough. Right, we are currently landing. I'm actually looking at the recording. Let's see how it goes. Absolutely no drop in frames, but it's entirely possible that it just has something to do with this planet. I mean, it hasn't generated a thing, so that's why there's no drop in frames. I think I see red. I think I see a red orb. Oh, no, I don't. I was looking at the wrong thing. And again, though, lack of ship. I mean, seriously, just... Okay, I get it. I get why there's no ship there, and I get that it can be in between worlds or whatnot. I would rather have a ship there. I think it just fits better, even if it's just the C class, the worst C class. Just put the worst C class in there, and make the rest rarer. Sure, it's fine by me, but let there be a ship there. A shadow is not enough. Because I'm reading that there is a ship there. I'm about to read a text that there's a ship in front of me, and there is no ship in front of me. The black box, there is no black box, there is no ship. I know, I'm rambling on. The black box projects footage of the craft's final moments, multiple Gek fighters surrounding the vessel demanding that the pilot admit their guilt and surrender to final sanction. It appears that the pilot was a traveler, accused of a conspiracy to assassinate a Gek trade lord. It is unclear whether they survived the attack. Oh, unclear, there's no ship. I'd be very clear if they survived the attack. The ship's control panel appears to still be operational. Analyze black box scanner, let's see. In another system? No, Korvax Convergence Cube, who cares? I'm very talkative, so that's primarily because I'm actually well rested. You have no idea what that means. Past couple of days I've been mostly resting. I'll pass like 24 hours. Because I was 2 days at that work. But it doesn't matter because I was mostly driving, that's still resting, you know. I wasn't really doing anything else. I wasn't bothered with any documentation. I wasn't arguing with anybody. It's just, you have no idea. Because, you know, when you say you're a driver, like, okay, if I was driving one of the lorries, one of the biggest ones, sure. Yeah, you normally don't deal with that much documentation, but you still do. You still do deal with documentation. But because I'm driving a van or truck, I'm not driving what the Americans would call a semi. I deal with a lot of small shops. I used to deal with a lot of small shops, a lot of restaurants, a lot of most of the ones that I dealt with are, again, what the Americans would call mom and pop stores, you know, small local owned stores and small local owned restaurants. Not necessarily small and local owned restaurants, because we did actually, there's nothing here really, because I did actually go to a couple of very, very big, very, very famous restaurants, which I will not name for certain reasons, for specific reasons. But anyway, I can tell you that the food they're buying is crap. I honestly, when the missus was pregnant, the food that they were serving at most of the restaurants they buy from us, I did not buy that stuff for home because I know what sort of crap it is. Like, you don't, because for you it's served cooked, but I know its expiration date, I know it's everything, I know where it derives from, I know when it was killed. You don't. Seriously. Anyway, yeah. On topic, I forgot what the topic. Oh, No Man's Sky. I am really rambling on about random things today. Okay, let's see this planet. Spined. Okay, let's see the frames. Okay, it's still saying that it's overloading the encoder. Frames are not dropping though, weirdly enough. But I guess if it's only the landing procedure, I can live with that. I get it, it's generating a lot of things, but... Oh, that's a nice planet. I actually like the view from here. Floating crystal. Oh, okay, for a second there I thought it was something else. But yeah, oh right, I was talking about documentation. So, you know, I have to deal with a lot of documentation. For every store, for every restaurant, I have several types of documentation that needs to be dealt with. Which sometimes can cause a lot of arguments, even though I, for example, I'm not responsible. My only responsibility, you know, is for those people to get the documentation, to, for example, sign it if they have to, or to write their name or whatever. You know, there's a lot of things that they have to do or that I have to do, but it's not my responsibility that, for example, somebody at accounting got like a number wrong or whatever, and they're like blaming the driver, which is really weird. Why would you blame the driver for an accounting error? But yeah. So yeah, that you know, normally happens on a daily basis. Gets you all riled up. Really nice. Oof. Okay. Let's see, do I see a red orb? I do not see a red orb. I see no ship as well. I'm getting a bit frustrated with the lack of ships. And with the lack of red orbs. I mean, I'm still gonna read them. But... Okay, the black box reveals the ship is stained with the blood of at least 2 species. Viking warriors pursued the pilot across 3 systems before blasting them out of the sky. There were 2 individuals on board, a traveler and a Viking mech priest. Injured, the pair fled from their enemies, transmitting data before they left. It appears that the priest was some kind of fugitive. Let's I attempt to analyze the black box signal using my scanner. My suit begins to spit out error messages warning me to cease my scanning. The equipment appears to be linked to another universe. I find something, an object caught between worlds. I pull at it. I swear it's going to be a grenade one of these days. You need to stop pulling at these objects. Trust me, it could be actually worse than a grenade. A lot worse. Oh, should have scanned. I know I can just land again. I mean, we're out of fuel. But I have the fuel now, because of the triple upgrade here, is not as consuming as it used to be. The noise here is so annoying, so creepy. I swear, please don't be an organic rock nearby. Okay, there's nothing else here. Well, let's leave, just in case. I still have nightmares from those organic rocks. It's 12% per launch. Wow, that's cheap. Right, so 3 out of what, 5 planets? If I can find the rest. Again, I still think that they should have added an actual proper map feature, a system map feature. Like, you know, I press the map feature into, you know, and I can, like, for example, go inside, like, you know, press expand and it'll like take me to a local map where I can see, you know, all the planets, and I can like why is it zooming me out? I don't know. So for example, pressing like this and it'll just take me to a local map, and I can see every single one of the planets, the ones I visited, and I could actually put a point of interest on one of the planets so that I can actually find it easier. I mean, I can set a waypoint to the system, but I'm already in the system, so... Okay, let's see. So now, this way, I actually have to remember which planet I have been to, or if they're all black because of the sun, you're gonna actually have to see which one you were at. We're heading over there. I think we might have to fight. That planet is kind of far away. Not kinda, it is far away. You can't warp freighter here. That's valuable cargo? I'm just gonna ignore the hostile ships. It's a lot easier for me than actually killing them. Even though the landing is taking kind of a while. Okay. Let's continue on with our journey. That's actually more than enough, by the way. The ships just vanish. If you're ever wondering. You just need to go inside and they automatically vanish. So we were heading that way. Yep, that way. Of course, large ship proximity. Oh. Yeah, but my ship is tiny now. It's not beautiful. It used to be, but it's not anymore. That's why I'm looking to change it. That and it is a B class. We've been stuck with the B class fighter for the longest time. It's just that I haven't really found a need to upgrade it. I mean, I don't really initiate fighting that much, and I do try and avoid space combat. Not that I can't kill them. It's just, it's not interesting to me anymore, in all honesty. The only reason why I'm using a freighter is in case I do get attacked and I have nowhere to know how. I don't actually have a way to avoid them, you know, so that I can actually kill them. But that's about it. Oh, that. Oh. Okay, I like that. I don't know if that's a bug or intentional from the mod, but I like that. It was F12, right? I keep forgetting. Keep forgetting it was F12, but that is beautiful. That is probably from the mod, and yeah, I cannot scan it, but yeah, it's intentional. Look at it. It has, oh wow, there's two of you. Now, seeing something like this is what I expect from actual No Man's Sky, not from modded. Like, modded should just add on top of greatness, but it's actually the other way around. Like, when you think of Alien World, at this point, you know, seeing this, but seeing that is like, wow, that's new. It's just a floating rock in the middle of the planet. It is beautiful. Anyway, let's do our scan. And you can easily call that home, by the way. You can, like, dig a hole in the side and build a home there. And nobody will have a home like that, because most of the people will not play this mod. They'll play something else. They'll play normal, and they'll quit a week from now, which is understandable. They don't really think of this game as being modded. I get it. Why am I scanning that? Oh right, I needed to actually find a place with electromagnetic interference so that I can build one of the new power sources. How far away is that? Ah, oh, it's far away. Okay, another floating rock, but this one is a little bit closer to the ground. Not as exciting. Not as exciting as that one. Yeah, there is no way you can actually tell me that that's not cool. That's not what you would expect from an alien world. Oh well. There's a reason this mod used to be called The Next Big Adventure, you know. Just saying. Anyway, enough about that. More about me! So yeah, I've been getting a lot of rest for the past couple of days, and it's been interesting. I've never had so much rest in my life. I mean, the last time I actually took days off, we went to the beach, which I don't consider restful. Which was last year. I still don't see a red... I think I saw a red one, actually. Oh, there's storm crystals on this planet. I think it was red this time. No, I actually thought it was red. Oh. Okay, let's read it. I'm already here. Might as well read it. Okay. The vessel seems to have belonged to a fellow traveler. The computer reveals they visited many systems and named many worlds, discovering more new species than many will ever see. But they saw something they should not have seen. There is a holographic box deep within the ship. Korvax approached the crashed ship, dozens of them, surrounding the traveler as they die. They died. Oh, okay, I'm trying to process all this. The Korvax claimed that the traveler should not have tried to run. Oh. Okay, let's analyze the black box. I attempt to analyze the black box signal using my scanner. My exosuit begins to spit out error messages warning me to stop what I am doing. I find something... stop pulling at things in between worlds! I swear you must have the dirtiest hands. Ancient data structure... No. What is that? Oh, it actually looks like a dinosaur. What is it? Triceratops? I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I used to know the names when I was very, very young. I used to be a lot into dinosaurs. Not recently, no. Not within the past like 20 years, so. Yeah, I'm getting older by the day. Imagine that. Anyway, I'm gonna be ending off things here. And we're gonna continue this next episode because we do want to get to the next galaxy. For now, though, my name is Rampant Mystic. I do hope you enjoyed this episode of No Man's Sky, and I do hope to see you all in the next one.